Hi everyone, it's Casey Williams. Across two generations, Chevrolet has found great success with the Equinox by kind of threading the size between a compact crossover and a mid-size crossover. Well, the third generation we have with us today is moving more towards compact. It's a little bit smaller, they've taken 400 pounds out of the car, but it's also a little more fuel efficient and they've changed the powertrains around. So it's some really worthwhile improvements. Let's go take a look at it and see if it really does stack up to the old cars that have found Chevrolet so much success. I think the stylists did a pretty good job with the new Equinox. It still looks like an Equinox, there's no doubt when you see it what it is, but they've tried to get more of the style and some of the angles and the shapes that you see like in the Malibu or the Impala. And I think they did a really good job of melding those together. In the front of it, again, you've got a stylized version of Chevrolet's twin port grille, chrome. This is the LT package on this car. It's got a little more dressing on it. HID headlamps, running lamps down below, fog lamps down below. But again, some of the connection to the Malibu and the Impala, the sculpting in the hood just gives a little bit of a beefier look to it. I like this ridge here and this kind of indentation. Looks very nice. Come around the side, again, this is the orange burst metallic paint. Some people will like it, some people won't. I think it looks kind of good on the car. Certainly a good color for fall. 18-inch alloy wheels. I like the lower side molding. Again, it's appropriate on a crossover. Also kind of busts up some of the visual height of the car. Chrome strip looks really nice, comes around, gives a little detail here, a little bit of elegance. The wraparound lights here, the back light of the car, really kind of connects it to the old Equinoxes. But it's really in the side profiling. You see the lines here coming in, again, very much like the Malibu. Just gives it a little more of a sculptural feel to it, just a little more elegance to the car, a little more style. I think it all looks really, really good. Coming around the back, again, a very modern Chevrolet look to the car. Really kind of a quad tail amp look to it. Wraparound looks good. And down below, you've got the dual exhaust outlets. Inside, power hatch, easy to get in. This doesn't have a spare tire, so there's a little bit of storage underneath of the floor here. That's convenient. And the back seats fold down, and they've really done a nice job too. There's two levers here on the wall. Flip them down, you can do it all from here. Quite a bit of space. So overall, it's a little bit smaller inside. It feels a little bit narrower than the last generation, but I think most people wouldn't even notice a difference. Probably the biggest changes from the 2017 to 2018 Equinox occur underneath the hood. In the old model, you could get a normally aspirated 4-cylinder engine without a turbo, or you could get the 3.6-liter V6 engine. So those are your choices. Now we've gone to all 4 cylinders. So you can get the base engine for the car is a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, delivers 170 horsepower. That's about the same as the old base 4-cylinder engine as far as the horsepower goes. You can also get a 40 mile per gallon diesel now. That's new in the Equinox. But we went for the top performance engine, and that's the 2-liter turbocharged engine, delivers 252 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy is rated at 22 miles per gallon in the city, 29 on the highway. So you get pretty decent gas mileage, and 252 horsepower. This one's the front-wheel drive model. You can get all-wheel drive. This is front-wheel drive. That's plenty of power in a car like this. It certainly moves out. They've gone ahead and upgraded to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and this has the auto stop-start system, and you cannot turn it off. The auto start system pauses the engine at a rest. It allows you to get a little better gas mileage, but to me it's just really annoying, and the fact you can't turn it off is kind of annoying too. But this is one of the smoother systems, so as soon as you lift your foot off the brake, car starts right back up, you move on. So all in all, it works out pretty well. And again, plenty of power, decent gas mileage, and it's very peppy on the road. So if you get the top model of the Equinox, you can get contrasting color leather seats, you can get the contrasting color dash inserts, you can get the panoramic sunroof, you can get all that on it. But that's not what we ended up with. We ended up with a more basic interior. It's still pretty nice though. These are cloth seats, kind of a grayish color on them with the orange stitching. I think they look very nice, they feel very nice, they're very supportive. They're actually heated, but again, they're cloth, not leather. Dash insert, this is all padded, but again, just kind of all blends into the hard plastic around it. Doors the same way. There's a lot of hard plastic on the door tops, but they're padded down below. But it is what it is. The other thing that you can get is an 8-inch touchscreen. This is a 7-inch. It's a little bit simpler, a little more basic. Volume knobs in the middle, but you have to tune it here. I wish you had volume and tuning knobs. It does have Wi-Fi. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. So that makes it a lot easier to connect your devices. Down below, we've got dual zone automatic climate control. We've got your USB port down here. It all works out really well. Some of the safety gear on this car has the blind spot warning sensors. You have the parking sensors for cross path detection. So at least a minimum level of safety gear on the car as well. But you know, crank the stereo up, and it sounds pretty good. Go for a drive. I like the nice leather wrapped steering wheel, works out well. But this is one of the more basic interiors. I think, you know, if you had a little more money, I think stepping up to the contrasting color leather seats and dash would really make this just absolutely shine. Well, full disclosure, my parents have owned 2 Equinoxes, both of them the last generation. And I really think that if they bought this generation, they would actually like this car very much. It is a little bit narrower inside, but you know, it's 400 pounds lighter. It accelerates better, it just feels a little more agile, you know, behind the wheel. And I think overall it's probably a very smart move. And the rumor is that Chevrolet is working on a new mid-size crossover that'll fit between this Equinox and the brand new Traverse that just came out. So with 3 models in the crossover lineup, plus the smaller tracks, I think Chevrolet have all the vehicles they need. So let's talk about pricing. This car starts at $23,500, just over $23,500. As equipped, you're looking at $32,430. And I think all in, that's very, very competitive and a very fair price against cars like the Ford Escape, the Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, and the Subaru Forester. Well, next week we'll have another fun car, and until then, storm forward.